Good evening, welcome to the sixth part of our tutorial series about creating procedural generated audio tracks. And yeah, after thinking a lot, I decided that I pre-write the code before starting the video. And yeah, I will explain the code during this video. You can also just copy the code I link in the description below. But for this part, I was making a lot of mistakes, a lot of dumb stuff during this video, and yeah, the video was a total mess and chaos. So I decided to re-record the video, and now I will, instead of coding myself, I will explain the code I wrote. And yeah, maybe I will find some mistakes by explaining it. We'll see. So what are we going to do today? Last part we wrote a second voice. So we have a track with two different voices, two instruments which are chosen at random, and now we want to create a more supporting voice. So that the second voice is not a second leading voice, it is a supporting voice, which is much simpler. And so again, we have the make rhythm function, and we wanted to create, depending on the max bars, we wanted to create a second function which has much in common with the first function, but it isn't that complex, doesn't have that many variations regarding the notes and the length of the notes. So what I created is a second function which takes the same arguments, but it has two lists. It creates two lists in the beginning of the function because we first create a rhythm list which is only 2 bars, and then we create a second rhythm list. This is a rhythm list we want to return at the end of the function. And what we are gonna do now, we create another loop. Here's a 4-bar in range max bars loop, and this one creates a function. This one creates a list, and we are taking the first and then the second part of the rhythm list all over again until the list is full. So because we have 2 bars, they are repeating itself in an endless loops until the track is finished. So we have the same input, max bars, like in the first function, and it's just that instead of just creating an entirely new rhythm, we want to create a more supporting rhythm. So I have two print functions to test the code. The second one was just to see if the length of the list is correct, but it was. And if we have a new rhythm list which has a new variety of length of notes, for example 2 quarters, 2 half, 4 quarters, and another 4 quarters, and a full note, which is 4 notes. Yes. Okay, now let's try to test it. Last but not least, what I want to say about the function is that it nearly works the same as the first function. It is nearly the same function with the differences I told before. And now I got into a random package. And if you want, I can show you. You can just pause the video now and write the code down. Or you can simply click in the description below. If you want to know how we use this code, maybe I will try it now. So we have our main function, and in the main function we should have the part where we create our rhythm list. Here it is. And now we create if voices equals 0. Rhythm list ist gleich mr make b rhythm list, and max bars is 70, and else we use the old code. Let's delete the last 20 tracks and see if it will work. Okay, now I run the wrong code. Now I ran the right code. This one doesn't sound that bad. Okay, now we heard some songs, and some sounds like bad cell phones, but in my opinion they sound much better than the tracks we created in our last video. And with that I would say goodbye. Have a nice evening, night, whatever time it is. I need to think about what we're going to do next time. Have a nice evening, goodbye.